Hello and welcome. This is the Ape Ryder Buffalo F, an electric mountain bike with fat bike tires. Ape Ryder is a brand from the MJ Group, a major bicycle manufacturer. They're known for their electric fat bikes, including Ape Ryder, as well as RKS. The Buffalo F is one of 3 electric mountain bikes they sell. This one comes with the fat bike tires. It's also available in the Buffalo E with normal mountain bike tires and Buffalo M with a mid-drive motor. And that's exactly where we'll start, because that rear wheel motor really makes the difference in whether you should view this as a fat bike, an electric bike, or as a fully fledged mountain bike as so. And unfortunately, it's not that. The rear wheel motor is good for the road, but not enough for actual mountain biking. It lacks a power sensor, and for a mountain bike, especially when you suddenly go uphill, you really need that to truly qualify it as an electric mountain bike. So what is it then? It's a good electric bike to our first bikes there that has a fairly simple rear wheel motor siktu, but it's powerful enough and designed like a mountain bike with the addition of fat bike tires. So it's a bit of a niche product, but it's very pleasant to ride. Even uphill you'll have enough power. Just because it's not perfectly suitable for real electric mountain biking doesn't mean it can't handle going uphill. The engine has 40 Newton meters of torque, which is enough to push you up the hill at 18 to 20 kilometers an hour. Gear shifting is done with the Shimano Altus. This is a basic version of a Shimano gear system. It also has a traditional chain, so maintenance is as usual. The electric motor mainly provides support as soon as you start pedaling, and doesn't really correspond to your pedaling speed or the power you're applying. So having more gear options isn't really necessary. Let's not forget the fat bike tires. These are Kenda Juggernaut tires, 26 inches by 4 inches. They provide a lot of comfort and suspension, but also grip, which is needed when you go off-road with a rear hub motor. Back to the design, as I mentioned, it looks like an electric mountain bike. It also has those fat bike tires, but I would rather use it as a regular electric bike that I can also take on forest paths. The aluminum frame is reasonably light, but at 29 kilos, it's not the lightest. Lifting the bike is relatively easy, although you can feel there's real weight in the rear wheel because of the motor, and also in the front with the integrated battery. Comfort is probably one of the biggest advantages or benefits of this electric bike, or at least when we consider it as an electric bike and not as an electric mountain bike. For real mountain biking, you need quality suspension. While this is quality, it's not the kind of quality you need for intense mountain biking. And this is a good but basic suspension with a lot of travel. You can adjust the sensitivity, which is also a plus. To make this a full suspension mountain bike, they choose air compression in the frame. You can use a pump to adjust the sensitivity to make it harder, or release some air to make it softer. This way you can somewhat influence how firm or soft the suspension should be, adapting it to your use. Also, don't forget that those thick fat bike tires absorb quite a lot of shock, so you effectively have 3 different kinds of suspension. The battery at 490 watt-hours is good for about 30 to 50 kilometers, depending on how you use the motor. If you always use it on setting 5 and barely pedal along, it'll be more toward the 25 to 30 kilometer mark. But if you set it to 3 and really push along at times, then you will increase the range of the battery. You can remove the battery with a key. There's also a charging port on this side, so you don't have to remove the battery. On the handlebars, here everything is easy to reach. The brakes, obviously important on a mountain bike, easy, convenient. You can start braking with just 1 or 2 fingers. On the left, you find buttons to increase or decrease the electric assist, as well as a horn. With the central M button, you turn the e-bike on. Hold it down and the display turns on. Then you can determine your mode and start cycling. On your right, you have the shifters to change gears. These are also easy to reach. If you have a limited budget but are looking for something that rides well enough, has enough power and sufficient quality, then this is a good e-bike for you. If you don't necessarily need a mountain bike design with frame suspension and thick fat bike tires, then there are plenty of other options that might suit you better. Hopefully you found this review useful. Drop a like and subscribe if you want to stay updated on the next bikes, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.